Hello everybody, again this is Pejman P. Moradi, second session of series regarding our healthcare or health system, and I explained to you why I hesitate to call this healthcare. I'm trying in this session to give you a little bit of history of healthcare in this country, in the United States of America. But before I start, I want to tell you why, because the question might come to your minds that why a pharmacist would come forward and criticize the system that he works in it. So, as a pharmacist, I was getting paid well, six-figure salaries. As a matter of fact, the healthcare pays in US compared to the rest of the industrialized countries is the highest, get paid the most. So the pay is good, but that's not it. I mean, you cannot get paid well with the sound conscious and not think about the consequences and outcomes of what you do as a service to the community and to people. You need to see what is that the outcome of a job, a service that you provide to people. I only have one explanation to give you why I'm doing this, and let me get help from a phrase from a great Martin Luther King Jr. And I quote, let me just read it from you. A man dies when he refuses to stand up for that which is right. A man dies when he refuses to stand up for justice. A man dies when he refuses to take a stand for that which is true. So my conscience was just crying and screaming that I had to do something about this. That's why I started to think about writing a book, which I already did, and putting out the information for you regarding this broken healthcare. Anyways, so let me take you back to year 1946, almost 2 years after World War II, devastating war ended and left millions of casualties and death and disabled, and it was a very terrible war. And after that, the world assembled in the United Nations, and the world as a whole had a different look at the words like humanity or equality or bigotry or health, mental health, human rights, and also peace. So we had a different look at these words and try to not to take anything for granted anymore based on the devastating effects of the World War II. So the world gathered in the United Nations in 1946. We had a wonderful first lady. Her name was Eleanor Roosevelt, and she actually became the head of the chair for the Human Rights Committee in the United Nations at that time. She was in charge of drafting the Declaration of Human Rights, which was really needed at that time. And so they worked day and night for 2 years, different lawyers, from different backgrounds, different religions around the world, and they came up with this Declaration of Human Rights that was actually established, published for the world to look and to honor in 1948, agreed by all the members of the United Nations, and the Article 25 on this declaration is about healthcare. And it clearly states that healthcare is a basic human right like food and shelter. All countries signed it, they honored it. United States as one of the major role players in the drafting and in finalizing this draft was United States of America. We honored it too and we signed it, but unfortunately the only country that today is not following it is United States of America. We are not looking at healthcare as you all know, the Democrat, Republican, and Independent. We are not looking at healthcare as a basic human right. We look at it as a commodity. We look at it as a business, and I explained in the first session. And I'll go further in the future sessions. What would be the problem? The problems that arise from this view of looking at the healthcare. Now I voted today. Here's my vote sign. I voted, but I'm not gonna address any affiliation. The reason would be, look. I tell you what, my fight on the health system change is not the fight of Republicans. It's not the fight of Democrats, not even fight of independents. My fight is the fight of American people who deserve a better health system that we could actually call a healthcare. That's why, even if I voted today, I'm not going to disclose what I did, because I want everybody, all Americans who actually are affected by this broken healthcare, to come in, to get involved, and to speak up. I think the worst disease that mankind could have that affected us, that affects us negatively, and it stops the progress in the betterment of our society, in our community, in family, in the quality of life in a society, is the disease of indifference. When you are indifferent, you are not reacting, you are not speaking up, you are not asking for change, and that kills the progress. So please be involved. Don't think about any party affiliations, and let's together finish this, change this system. And this system is nothing but disaster, a crisis that has affected this country. And I gave you some numbers in the last session. Just one phrase, statement from American Society of Health System Pharmacy. That was a publication. If I may just quote that publication statement. That's actually says it all. That it's yeah. Let me quote what it says. The American Journal of Medicine, actually, volume 132 in 2019, July 2019. It says it is unconscionable for a rich nation to allow any of its people to be driven into bankruptcy by health expenses, or to suffer premature death or disability due to lack of health insurance. So these are pains and sufferings the whole America is actually facing. It's not the party issue, it's not the Republican, Democrats, independent issues. It's just the whole America's issues. And I would love to have everybody's attention on this. And if they say it's impossible, I explain to you, there is not, in the realm of possibilities, there is not such a thing as impossible. We can accomplish anything. But again, you're impossible your impossible becomes your reality when you run out of time. We still have time, and the fighting spirit of America is up. With the help of fighting spirit, with your conscience, and with the time that we have in our hand, we can show the world how a great healthcare system would look like. Thank you so much. In the upcoming sessions, I go deeper into our health system and about the root causes of all the problems, and the final solutions to change this broken health system forever for this great nation of the United States of America. Thank you so much. See you in the next session. Good day. Bye-bye.